I was reading this great quote that I found. It says, do your best and you might have a nice little career. Bring out the best in others and you can change the world. To accomplish anything significant, you have to involve other people. And that was Bruce Kazanoff. And I want you guys to think of your big dream. You realize that if your dream is not including other people, your dream probably feels pretty limited. So the second that we start to include other people in our dreams is truly when your dream can start to take off, because all dreams require other people. And that's why this topic is such a big one, because in order to create the things that we desire for ourselves, we also have to learn how to create amazing things for other people, how to include them, and how to get the best out of them. Oh my gosh. So I want to rewind to some of my first experiences of what I guess you could label as when you really have to start learning how to get the best out of people. And it was the beginning of when I kind of started my online career. I had a fitness membership program and I had started in the personal development world and I was overloaded. I needed help. And so I hired my first assistant. And looking back at my first two assistants that I hired, I remember just feeling like, I'm really frustrated. Like, I don't think they're the right fit. And getting to my third assistant and realizing, oh my goodness, I probably had really amazing people. And I didn't ever take the time to learn how to bring out the best in them. I didn't actually take the time to learn how to lead them, because I went into it thinking that they should just know how to help me. Like, I'm hiring you as an assistant. You should be assisting me. Raise your hand if you've ever been in this position. Like, I'm hiring you. You should help me. Like, I need your help. I'm desperate. But a next level leader, which seriously takes time, you guys. I'm in this right now, like struggling on really learning how to lead people in a beautiful way that gets the best out of them. A next level leader takes that time to go, have I asked all the right questions about how this person thrives? How do they work well? How do they communicate? What do they need? How do they feel a safe enough environment that they can really thrive? So looking back, I find it pretty hilarious that I was like, oh, I went through a whole lot of people, wasted a whole lot of time to finally get the realization that it was me. What's that Taylor Swift song? It's like, it's me. Hi, I'm the problem. It's me. Yeah, that was me through my entire career of hiring people in the very beginning. So until I started to change it, I didn't get the people that I wanted. And now I look around and I have this incredible team that I feel we're just growing together, and I feel very committed to them. So I want to go back to a time when my husband and I, his name is Chris, we were probably 6 or 7 years into our marriage, but we decided to do ballroom dance lessons. Now, he not so much decided, I more forced him into this situation. He wasn't super keen on wearing a men's onesie, the kind that button, like at the crotch, it's like a onesie suit. Yes, he had to wear them because I forced him into doing a ballroom competition. And when it came in the mail, he was like, oh, hell no. What is this? I'm like, hey, you're committed. You're going to wear this men's onesie. We took these dance classes, and when I commit to something, I go hard. And I was like, 3 times a week, we're going to sign up for this ballroom, ballroom championship. What was I thinking? I have no clue, but we're going to sign up for this and we're going to go to these dance classes 3 times a week. And somehow I actually got him to do this. And in the beginning, we were arguing a lot. Like, it was a lot less fun than I expected. It brought out a lot in our relationship. I just fully expected that he was going to be able to lead me on the dance floor if he got these different steps down. Like, if he just learned what would happen and do these steps, that he could lead me. And so I was adding fuel to this fire of our fights by every time I would dance with our instructor, I would be like, see, I can totally do these steps. I'm amazing. He brings out the best in me. Why can't you do that? And he needed to learn how to be a good frame, and I needed to give him the space to do that. So in order to be a good leader, he needed to really learn what it meant outside of just the steps, right? Outside of just showing up. There's a lot that actually goes in to being a really strong frame in order for me to be able to be free and do the things that I wanted and to actually be led. He needed to know what it meant to be a really strong frame. So I think in a lot of leaders, we're learning the steps and we're doing the things, but maybe we're still not getting the results that we want, because there's another layer to what it actually means to really hold that frame, to allow somebody the freedom and to allow somebody to have something to really stay in, but play and be free. See, because I wanted to add the flavor right away to the dance moves. And he was like, stop it. I can't do that yet. Like, stop doing that. I couldn't add all of the zhuzh and the hand movements and all of these different things until he really learned how to be a good frame. And then I had to also learn how to be patient with him while he learned that. So what does your best mean, right? What does it mean to even be your best and bring out the best in people? Because I really believe that you have to know how to be your best as well in order to bring out the best in some people. So I think a lot of us, we're in different places on our personal development journey. And also, let me tell you, it is just like next level personal development when you start including other people in your dream. Like, there's personal development that's personal. You're doing it in your house, right? You're doing it listening to podcasts. You're doing it when you're reading a book and you're like, I'm so personally developed. Like, I feel so smart. I can tell you what every single agreement is in the 4 agreements. I can tell you, all the love languages. I can tell you all of these main things about personal development. But how many of you, after you've done personal development, like maybe you've been doing it for a year or 2, and then you go home like for the holidays, or you go stay with your parents for a week and you're like, this is next level when you have to go and include people into this world that you just learned. Raise your hand if you've had those moments where you're like, it's like everything goes out the window. You feel like you can hardly manage yourself. And you're like, oh, so this is the place where now I use all of these things. And this is really what bringing out the best in people is. I found that when I started to focus on bringing out the best in people and leading people, because I just think bringing out the best is just another word for, leading and leadership. I found that that was my next level of growth. Anyone raise their hand who's on here? If when you started leading people, you were like, this is absolutely my edge. This is where all of that stuff that you learned can either fly out the window and you can lose your marbles, or you literally have to start just really applying and practicing. So what does it mean to be your best self? Caroline Hacks has a definition that I loved. It says, it's when you like yourself, right? When you like yourself in all situations, or when you're getting the most out of your strengths and succumbing the least to your weaknesses. Isn't that a beautiful definition? When you're getting the most out of your strengths and succumbing the least to your weaknesses. And I just want to remind you right now, I'm talking about all these things, that leaders are made, they are not born.
This can be your day for personal growth. This can be that day you committed to and you remember and you go, that was the day I got myself a community. I got better coaches. I committed to making my life the absolute best that I could. This is that day. Make today your growth day. Click the button on this page and sign up right now.